So many moms talk about how when you become a mom, you lose so much of your identity, your sense of self kind of goes out the window, and you have to rebuild who you are as a person because you're in this new role. I remember believing that when I was younger. I was also the oldest of 8 kids, and I did see my mom pretty much pour her entire life into her children. I can see now that a lot of the things she did for us were actually her hobbies, but at the time, that's all I understood. So I believed that that would always be the case, and I thought I didn't want kids until my early 20s when I moved to New Zealand and worked as an au pair for a mom there who had 4 kids, which is a lot in New Zealand. And she really maintained a balance of having her own life, running her business, being a teacher, and taking care of her kids. And that made me realize that it was definitely possible to do both. But even with all of that experience during my pregnancy, I did find myself worried. I was scared that this person that I have spent my entire adulthood building would be lost. I had a bunch of hobbies. I'd go out dancing, I'd host events with my friends. I got to travel a lot during my 20s. I love my solitude, I love my creative practice, and some of these things are just going to be more difficult to do having a child or multiple kids. And that's just the reality. There is a shift that's happened now that I'm a mother, and there's no going back. That's the truth. But since my son has been born, I've been pondering all the time that I've already spent with kids. I was in childcare and some teaching for over a decade, and I already know children are the best creative allies that a person could ask for. They're curious, they're full of wonder, they have great imaginations, they love to get messy, they love to play. When it comes to art, they don't second guess their mistakes, they just create for the sake of creating itself. And these are all things that even as an adult, I want to remember and embody, and that I want to be part of my art practice. So even though things have changed, I just want to keep that in mind and really keep pushing myself to be creative, to involve my kid when I can, to even look up to him. I definitely don't want motherhood to become my excuse for losing my creativity. And I'm just going to have to work harder to use my time wisely, to prioritize a creative practice, and to be creative in the ways that I find to be creative. So, yeah, that's the journey I'm on. I've only been a mom for a month, so we'll see if I eat my words in any way. Any moms out there, I'd be interested to hear your tips and tricks. And if there are new moms or people who are going to become a mom, or moms who want to learn how to incorporate their creative practice into their lives, follow along. We'll see if we can figure this out together. At this point, I'm just excited for this new challenge and journey. My butt. You made me lose my train of thought. You're so cute. Okay.